What's going on, guys? It's Halsey, and this is yet another episode of For the Record. I don't even know which episode it is, to be honest with you, because I feel like I've been doing this thing for so long, but also I haven't done an episode in a really long time, so I'm really excited to be back. Can you guys hear me okay? Everyone can hear me all fine? Okay, great. You might notice that I sound a little different this episode, and I'm going to tell you guys why. When we started the radio show or the AMP show, I really wanted to do it in like a super professional way because I'm an insane person and because I like to make everything super extra and the most. So we had like a whole crazy setup and, we had like faders and mixers and like this whole thing that was like fully produced. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was an episode where I had John Cunningham on and everything was kind of a disaster. And I realized that this would just be so much easier if I just jumped on my own phone and just did it through the mic myself. So it might sound like we're on FaceTime instead of sounding like more produced and professional, but I kind of think it's better this way. And I think that I'm probably going to end up doing a lot more shows because of it, because it's so much easier and it's kind of the way that it's meant to be, which is just super authentic and on the fly and spontaneous, where I can just like hop on my phone instead of having to set up the whole thing or whatever. So here we are. I opened this episode with Shake the Disease by Depeche Mode because it's one of my favorite songs of all time. And I went to the show 2 nights ago in LA, and it was really incredible. I knew I was like a really big Depeche Mode fan, but I think that I kind of underestimated like how big of a fan I am because I knew every single word to every single song, and I found myself like shrieking when they would play something that I really liked. I was like fully coming out of my skin. I haven't felt that way since I was like at a One Direction concert, like when I was a teenager. It was just really incredible. And Martin, the frontman, was unbelievable. It was like really, really inspiring to see how much energy and how much stamina he had. He was just like running around the stage, like throwing the mic around and like dancing. I was getting so much inspiration, so many ideas. I was like, whoa, I hope this is me in like 30 to 40 years. I hope I'm still getting to do this. Actually, with that being said, well, hold on. I'll tell you guys about that later. I'm sorry. I have ADHD. I want to talk more about Depeche Mode because I just love them so much, and I've just been like really, really listening to them. They've been like my comfort band like the past few months, honestly. It was just crazy to get the chance to see them live. And my front of house engineer, Jamie, actually does their front of house mix. So when I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, this show is loud. And then I was like, oh gosh, my show is really loud too. And I know that so many of you guys who have been in my live show have told me before that I have like one of the loudest shows that you've ever been to. And I kind of really love it that way. It's awesome. Anyway, so what I was saying about hoping that I get to do shows like that in 30 to 40 years, this is going to be a really chaotic show. I'm just warning you guys because I haven't planned out any of this and I'm just talking to you. And I'm in like fully like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm in like a chaotic headspace right now. So this is going to be a chaotic show. It's going to be hectic. I talked to a psychic yesterday. Yesterday I talked to a psychic. I was like 2 days ago, yesterday, yeah. So I talked to a psychic, which is very normal of me. And one of the things that they told me during our session was that I am gonna probably see like the real. They said to me basically like, you haven't seen anything yet in terms of like your career and like your art and your professional work. Like you're really going to hit like your biggest peak in your early 40s. So I was like, whoa, okay, hold on. I was like obviously really excited to hear that, but I was also, the second they said it, I was like, I'm exhausted already. I'm already tired. What do you mean I'm going to be hitting my peak in my early 40s? That sounds so tiring. I was like tired the second they said it, like thinking about what that meant for me and like all the stuff that I had to do. But it was also really, it was very exciting to think about that I haven't seen the biggest parts of my art and my work and in my career. And I think one of the cool things about like manifestation and spirituality and like psychic gifts and stuff is that like in a sense that person telling me that is going to make it true because I believe it now. So whether it was divine intervention and it was something that was predicted and meant to be, um, or it's just like something someone said that I'm now going to accept as fact and work towards, like either way hopefully it comes true. But it was very cool because it made me think about how I have a long road ahead of me. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And in the beginning of my career I just kind of because it's coming up on like 10 years, I was like just literally hitting the ground running, burning the candle at both ends, just being so terrified that everything was gonna disappear at any moment. And now I get to be like a little bit more intentional, which is really exciting. Um, we'll talk more about that in a second. This next song is actually a cover. And I love the original so much, but there's something about this cover that's just like so badass to me. And this particular cover of this song was a massive success. Um, and it's actually been largely credited as like the start of like the cyberpunk movement, which led to like, things like The Matrix and um, sort of that counterculture, that genre, that aesthetic that I think so much of us love so much. So um, I hope you guys enjoy this version. This is a cover of New Order's Blue Monday by Orgy.